This devotion is based on Proverbs 22, verse 1, where it explains how a good name and reputation will attract quality people and opportunities into a person's life. There is only one way to build and keep a good name, and that's through development of character. This is such an important devotion. This is such so important for us to get hold of how important it is that people see us as people of character. Let's look at Proverbs 22, verse 1. A good name is to be chosen rather than great riches, loving favor rather than silver and gold. A good name is to be chosen rather than money. Your name, my reputation, my character is more important than money. Now, a lot of people would have a hard time with that because we live in a world, we live in a society that's all about money. But God's ways are higher. Remember it says in Isaiah 56, God's ways are higher than the world's ways. So we need to embrace God's ways. God's always right, by the way. Here's what it says in the Message Bible. I'm starting to really appreciate the Message Bible more. A sterling reputation is better than striking it rich. A gracious spirit is better than money in the bank. Isn't that cool? A sterling reputation is better than striking it rich. How people think of you and me is more important than the money we have or the money we want. Now, this devotion is based on the thought that a good name has to be built. Now, if you look at newborn babies are cute. Newborn babies might have a cute name. They might have cute appearance, but they have no reputation. From the very first that we start living, our character, reputation, honor, integrity starts being built. And it's so important for us to understand that. Baby has no reputation. It will be seen what this life will become. It will be seen. Although the baby's beautiful, the baby's cute, but as the baby grows up, then we start seeing what this baby will become. I've heard psychologists say that by the time your child is 4 years old, you'll know what that child's called to do. Isn't that something? How important it is to train up our children in the way they should go, as Proverbs tells us to. Because by 4, much of your child's characteristics are already trained into them. So it's important that we do a good job training our children. When someone hears or thinks of a person's name, I want you to see this today. When somebody hears or thinks of your or my name, what are they really thinking? They're really not thinking of our name. They're really thinking of who we are. What is our character? What is our integrity? What have we accomplished? What is our reputation? And so our name is important, but what we've done by our name with our life is what really determines what people think of us when they hear our name. That is important for me. Should be important for you, that you and I understand that it's not just, well, I'm who I am, I'm so-and-so. No, it's people always look to see what the person's done. What is their character? Can I trust them? Are they people of integrity? Are they people of honor? That's why our name is so important to us. It is so important that you and I have a good name. Now where? In our church, in our society, in our workplace. You know, how do you get a good name in your workplace? Wherever God's called you to work, how do you get a good name? You do it by being the best employee. You have a good name by being on time. You have a good name by having good work ethics. You have a good name by respecting the employer. You have a good name by always talking well of others. See, that's how you build a good name. That's how you build a good reputation. And it's so important that we have that reputation. Honor and integrity must be earned. That's so important. A baby is not born with a reputation. A child does not have a reputation, but a reputation, honor, and integrity and character must be earned. It can only be earned by doing the right thing consistently over and over again. That when people meet you, you are a certain way. When the way you work is consistent, you're not late, you're not lazy, you're hardworking, you accomplish what you're supposed to accomplish, you treat people with respect, and out of that, your character is developed. And this is so important for us to understand. It takes years to build. It takes years to build, and you can lose it instantly. That's the truth about character. It takes years to build it, but one or two little mistakes that aren't corrected properly, we can lose all the honor, trust, character, integrity that we've built up. So it's really important. People like working with people with character. That's why people with character tend to do well in life. People with honor and integrity tend to do well in life. Consistent, being consistent, even-tempered, being loving, self-controlled, even just being happy, being a hard worker, bring success, brings accomplishments. People feel secure working around people with character. See, that's why we have to exemplify it. That's why we have to portray it. We have to ooze out character, so to speak. We have to have people so they can trust us, and that they can trust us because of our past performances. It's so important for that. And the leadership. When you look at leadership is so important because everybody is leading somebody. You might be a father leading your family. You might be in the workplace leading a team. You might own a business. You might be a church leader. We all are leading somebody. And so we can only lead somebody with character. People won't follow people without character. People won't follow someone they can't trust. If someone doesn't have honor, they're not going to be followed. People want to follow someone they can look up to, and that's character. People with character can be looked up to. You look up to them, you respect them, you want to follow that person. And so it's so important. It's so important that we are people of character. I heard a preacher say it this way one time. He said, "Forget the money, save the name." And I always laugh when I think about that. Because, see, our society has everything backwards. The pressures on us are go after the money at any cost. Get money at any cost. Doesn't matter what it is. As long as you get the money, as long as you win, as long as you get the big deal, it doesn't matter. But that's not the way God thinks. And by the way, that's not the way society thinks. If you get right down to the base, to the major players in society, you're going to find that the foundation of the major players of our society is character, integrity, honor, and trust. People want to do business with people they can trust. They don't want to be looking over their shoulder all the time. They don't want to be always wondering, is this person going to come through for me? No, they don't work that way. God's better way is to build your name, and prosperity will come. I want to wrap it up with this. The greatest way to success and true happiness is to build our character. Character is the most important personal trait in our lives. It doesn't come naturally. It must be developed. We must take responsibility to develop it. And remember, here's what I want you to remember. When somebody hears your name, they think of your character.